Most horror games treat doors as either background or set dressing, or even loading screens. They open, they close, and that's pretty much about it. But in my opinion, a door shouldn't always be just a door in a horror game. It should be a question. What's on the other side? Should I open it? Can you lock it? Can you unlock it? In Silent Corruption, I want every door to be a moment of dread. So I'm overcomplicating them on purpose. And in this video, I'm going to tell you why and how I'm doing it. Hello everyone, I am Gael. I am a solo indie game developer and I am currently working on my survival horror game called Silent Corruption, which is my dream survival horror, and in this video I'm going to talk a bit more about it. So what is Silent Corruption? It's my first commercial indie game and I am working on it on my own. This game is about Jane, an English woman that is spirited away to a town that is overrun by the paranormal. I don't really have a set date to when I'm going to finish this demo. I kind of have a timeline of the things I want to achieve, and hopefully I will finish it by the end of the year, but we'll see. Yeah, that's pretty much what I'm doing right now. So I really like games where you can immerse yourself and be part of the world and play like if you were the actual character that you're controlling. I guess because I also really like RPG games. I used to play Dungeons and Dragons and I really like that part of role-playing and pretending to be a character. And I also love games where you can explore everything to your heart's content. So that is pretty much what I'm trying to do in my game. I'm trying to create a very immersive experience where you can explore at your own pace and you can immerse yourself and put yourself in the shoes of Jane. That is why I am trying to create a horror game when you can be immersed and explore as the main features. And I don't want to include like cheap jump scares or a ton of monsters all the time. So it's not going to be like a shoot them all or an action horror where you have a ton of weapons and guns and whatnot, because I want it to feel very slow paced. You're always tense because you never know when things are going to come after you or what's going to happen around the corner. And I just want to have this feeling of dread all the time. And that is the kind of horror I want to create in my game. So how does this overcomplicated door fit into all of this? In most horror games, or in games in general, the doors are kind of like an afterthought or like part of the environment. They're not really very important. They're usually very simple. But for example, in classic Resident Evil games, the door was a loading screen, and in most games the door is basically you can open it and it will close automatically behind you. So doors are usually a very simple mechanic. It's more like part of the environment and that's it.
Hi, this is Gail from the future. When I was editing the video, I realized that I didn't really explain my point here because I make it sound like this type of doors or this type of door designs are bad when that's not the case at all. When I say simple, I mean from the design point of view, like it's a simple mechanic where most doors they just open and close and they don't offer any other feature. That's where I refer to when I say they're simple. But I am very aware that from the technical point of view, doors can be very complicated and that's why the design is usually kept simple. So I'm not saying it's a bad thing. I think this type of designs work really well in a lot of games and I understand that they keep it simple in this way.
But I think like in a horror game, a door can be a very important feature to add to the dread. Because a door can either make you feel safe or it can make you feel super paranoid of what's behind it. So that is why I'm making a door that adds to this immersion and kind of realism aspect of being a normal person trapped in a paranormal situation. So how does the door in my game works? In my case, you can open the door like you would expect, just pressing the action button, but it won't close after you. It will stay open until you or somebody else closes it. On top of that, you can also peek through the door to see what's on the other side before you commit to open it. And if the door has a lock and you have the key, you can also lock the door behind you, which can help you create an improvised safe space. And I got the inspiration for this type of door from two games mainly. One of them is from the game Amnesia from Frictional Game Studio, where you can click and drag the door open, and I thought that was a really cool and immersive mechanic, and I wanted to include something similar in my game, but my game is a third-person perspective, so dragging the door open wouldn't work as well. And then the other example is from Resident Evil 7, where you can do something similar. You can push the door open, and this also gives you the ability to peek through the door before you fully open it. And I thought those were like really cool mechanics to include. And I'm surprised that this type of doors are not in more horror games, because I feel like it's such a cool mechanic to have. This door that you can control more than the usual just opening and closing. So will this type of door work on my game? Well, I'm not sure yet, because as I said, I'm still working on the demo, so I still have to fully test all my ideas. So hopefully it will work in the way I want, and it will add more to the immersion and horror aspect the way I want. So if you want to know more about my game and gameplay journey, please hit the like and subscribe, because that really helps the channel keep going and it helps other people find these videos. And if you enjoyed this video, I recommend you watching this one over here, which is my previous Devlog, where I talk about more how Silent Corruption started. See you there! Bye!